What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite channel. Today we're going to be reviewing an interesting company that you've probably heard about and you might have in your garage. This is WD40, ticker symbol WDFC. It is a specialty chemicals company, so I'm assuming they have other chemicals besides WD40. I'm guessing they have a product line. The stock on the daily, the price action does appear that it is just been in a downtrend. But not only for the daily, this is also for the monthly and the weekly. One thing we do love is a sale. Is this company on sale? It has been going down for quite some time. We'll find out together how long it's been going down. But we need to determine, is this going down because the company revenues and margins are not hitting what shareholders are expecting? Or is this because specialty chemicals are so diluted? There are so many different companies. The industry is just oversaturated and maybe they're being overlooked, potentially. Or is this company getting stronger, increasing sales, increasing margins, and institutional owners and hedge funds are loading? So we're going to see if this is a potential manipulative push downward for WD40, or if this is a true desertion of this stock. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple things. We're going to do our proprietary stock price calculation, see if the stock is actually worth $194. Can you believe that? We're going to see if institutions are buying or selling, and we're going to do my favorite chart. We're going to see where the support is, where the resistance is. Has this reached its peak and now it's coming down, nowhere to be found? We're going to find all that and more right after you hit the like button and the subscribe button. Even if you don't, we're going to move ahead. All right, so this is what I was talking about. Just a pure downtrend. That was the daily. The weekly, we can see you've had a nice dip. Our low of the dip was 150, got as high as 292, and now we're back to 194. We are trading at 2022 levels. Crazy. Even 2021, potentially. We'll see. But they do 619 million in sales. Fantastic. Beautiful, quick ratio. Very little debt, it appears. They are rich. So if you're someone who just looks at the PE and the forward PE, think of your older, like your grandparents or Warren Buffett. They're like, oh, what's the PE? And you say 29. They're like, nope, it's too expensive. Even the forward PE, you want to be 15 or below for the PE. So I can already guess that this might be a little overvalued. Looks like institutions are selling, but we're going to go ahead and validate that. Gross margins, 54%. That is fantastic. They are profitable. They do offer a dividend as well. And it's a very low float stock. So let's see what we've got here. Very excited for this one. Let's clear out our last video's calculation here. The market cap of WD40 is $2,630,000,000. Their income, they are profitable, $90,730,000. And sales, they do $619,990,000. Fantastic. Now let's go down to their cash and their debt on the quarterly. Cash, 58 million, not too bad. 58,130,000. Their debt, 94,620,000. Not bad at all. Total assets, 475 million. Total liabilities, 207. So assets dwarf liabilities 2 to 1. No concerns there. Ooh, we do have some insider buys. Look at this. Love to see it. 102,000 from the director. VP, 11,000. Not great. President CEO, 72,000. Director, 199,000. Wow, the directors are really, really into this company. And then we've got William Noble selling off just a little bit at 289. Good for him. Saw it coming. We don't see Noble buying again yet, so maybe that is a sign that it's not time. So everything is looking decent. I do just want to see, yeah, their quick ratio is solid. Is our gross margin staying 53, 55, 53? Not bad. All right. Let's go back here and wrap this up. We're going to do 13,530,000 with a potential stock price of $244. Analysts have $264. So this is technically undervalued, but you always got to follow the trend. If the momentum is down, you might want to stay out of the way. Unless you got a long-term mindset, then you're probably okay. I did want to check. Revenues are 146, 156, 163. They're growing. That is beautiful. Gross profit is growing as well. That is fantastic. Let's look at annual. 590, 619. It's only 12 months. They're looking really good. They're looking very good, honestly. They're $1 billion a year in revenues. Probably going to come in the next, after probably 2030. I'm going to say 2030, 2030, 2035. So this company's doing well. They're strong. I would say this is a strong company, and maybe this price action is not indicative of the company weakening. In fact, the company is getting stronger. So I think we're seeing a little bit of manipulation here. Let's go ahead and just pull this up, WDFC. And I do want to do that. I do because I wanted to be surprised with you as well. I'm going to say the big money is obviously pushing it down because this is $1 billion company. It would make sense to see the manipulators pushing it down. Look at this here as well. We're going to get the 20 SMA crossing below the 50. So that's going to bring the stock price down even more. That's the weekly. Let's go to the monthly. Yeah, we're going to see this stock, I think, get to 130s. Not because I think it's a bad stock, but that's where we have the next really good support. And this is a very bearish situation. I like this because that gives us an opportunity to buy. I like this a lot. 133 is the trigger buy in my opinion, but we're gonna dig in a little more. Oh man, this needs to be flushed down really quick. Okay, so this thing can be shorted pretty fast and pretty quick. So I think actually institutions are buying more. Institutional ownership is 88. I'm gonna say it's higher than 88. Okay, quite a bit higher. Let's go back here. We're touching all-time highs for institutional ownership almost. BlackRock sold a little bit, actually a couple weeks ago. Not a lot. APG sold 68%. So yeah, this is gonna be a nice, I would get I want to put money on it. I would get a put. But we got to look at we'll do some charting here in a minute. So this looks fantastic. Not because it's a bad company. I've done this one before. Okay, we're going to the monthly. Okay. 162. Yeah, I think we'll see a flush. We've got our all-time highs here. I don't even remember the last time I did this one. 333.42. Okay. Perfect. We could even get, I kind of do want to get to the nitty-gritty because this is very, very accurate. Okay. And we're going to bring this all the way to the right. And we're going to go here. The reason this is important because it's going to give us exact. And that is pretty spot on right there. Okay. So the support here, 127, 115. So again, this is a head and shoulders. You have your left shoulder, head, right. I don't even think we have a right shoulder. I think it's just going to go boom And then it's going to come down here, and I think we see a potential right shoulder coming up and testing the 200s. So I would do right here for August of 2026. That's right where the apex is. We could see some tightening here, getting in here, pinballing. And then I see a potential jump up or just a drop here, recovery, and moving back up, kind of making the left shoulder the head and the right shoulder here. And that would look like something like this. I don't think the stock would go back down to the 120s, but a healthy bounce off of the 200 SMA would be exactamundo. And then we go here to here. Yep, it's going to fall out here, and it's going down, down, down. And if we're measuring from the high, and we say our low is going to be 120s, I would say right there is beautiful. April of 2026, maybe. Let's do a more sudden drop, because that's a pretty ugly way to end October. So here's October, November, January. It could even go right here. It could. That would make sense. $89, that would be a total collapse, but it would be bouncing off of the Fibonacci arc. Yeah, 89 to 122 is our downside target. On the downside, if you're on the sidelines and you're really thinking about getting in this one, wait, because we do have this 200 SMA. A test here would be absolutely healthy. Don't get me wrong. I think I dig this stock quite a bit. And the market cap is not 2.6 billion because we now have over 88% ownership. We're now 113. So, yeah, this is a decent company. And if we just scroll back and look at historical supports and resistance, 119 is fantastic. We could probably go there. 122. 122. That's exactly where the 200 SMA is. So look where all these points converge right here. We're seeing February 2026. So just incredible. Can you guys even see? Was my head in the way? This is what I was talking about right here. Again, we're in this downside action. Head and shoulders right here is where we're seeing a lot of convergence. Then we have our Fibonacci arc here as probably a rebound shooting back up to the 122. But that 122 is going to be a nice test overall. Yeah. So, man, this is a good one. If you wait for the price to get right, you can do that. You could probably get in very nicely here. Not much growth next year. Earnings per share 7%. So do of that what you will, but I think to the downside is where we're going to go, and I think it should definitely be on a watch list because this is a strong company. They're growing. It's just going to be a nice test. So put this one on your watch list. I'm going to be doing that as well. In fact, do I have AC/DC on here? I do not. We're going to add AC/DC and we're going to add WDFC. Cool. All right. Anyways, if you made this far, I appreciate you so much. Consider leaving a comment or giving this video a like. I appreciate it. Have a great day or night, and I'll see you in the next one.